talked with Coach Cape a little bit about it earlier. How, you've obviously been acclimated to a new place, but how tough has it been to go this long without playing in a game?
I can't really describe it. It's really tough. I played all my life, and to have them kind of strip basketball away from me, that's who I identify. That's what I identify myself with. But it's been a blessing though. I've been able to discover who I am and what makes me tick. And I'm able to help my teammates off the court. See things.
Coach was saying you're one of the most positive guys he's come across. How do you go through that and still be that positive?
It's not about me. It's about my teammates and the will and want to win. So it's kind of easy to stay in a positive attitude like that.
What made you want to transfer, and what made you want to transfer here?
I guess I've always talked about this level with my dad. I've sat on the couch with him watching these type of games and watching the NCAA tournament, and to kind of stop where I was at. I'm not saying that Delaware was a bad place or anything like that, but to kind of stop where I'm at, it's like it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole plan that me and my family have talked about all my life.
Coach said that you have done a good job at simulating opponents in practice. You watch other guys and go out there. And how much do you feel like you personally take away from just watching other players? And how beneficial do you feel like that can be to your game going forward? Just sitting there and watching for a year.
No, it's very beneficial to watch these kind of unique scores. It's actually pretty interesting watching each different version of a score on each team that we play. And just pulling kind of parts from their game, and kind of the way they move, the speed that they play at, the moves that they make, the way they move off the ball and with the ball. It's definitely going to help me. Definitely going to help me next year when I help my team.
Is there one guy in particular that you've seen that you're like, wow, this is something I can really take and apply to my game?
That guy from Northern Illinois, he was really good. Yeah. Eugene, I forgot what his last name was, but Eugene something. German. Yeah, he was so quick and so everything was so precise, his movements and everything. He just knew where everybody was. His feel for the game was just insane.
Have you had a favorite guy to imitate?
Yeah, well, I'll say my favorite guy to imitate was probably McGusty for Miami. I watched a lot of his highlights. Me and him kind of play similarly, and to kind of watch him in film session, because I knew I had to play McGusty, so it was kind of not watching myself, but a version that I want to be like.
What do you feel like? When you go against these guys, and Jeff was saying that you kind of make it your game. How do you kind of how do you evaluate yourself? How do you feel like? Am I having a good year? Am I making good use of this time? Because you don't have the sort of statistical part or the wins and losses part that other guys get.
I guess I evaluate myself on whether or not our guys can stop that opponent, I guess, we're playing against. Whenever I'm playing against these, I try to give them a bit of an extra, kind of extra look, because I know that the guys that I know that this is a very good defender, and I know that most of the guys that we play against in the ACC aren't really going to be doing a lot of those things that I do in practice. I go extra, I go overboard, and they don't like it, but it's I'm trying to help. This is how I can help the team. I want to help the team so bad, but this is how I can help the team. So that's how I pretty much evaluate myself.
So you go out there and maybe it's Deese shuts down Nwora. That's a win for you?
Yeah, that's a win for me, to be honest. They get all excited. I mean, it's oh yeah, we was locking that down today. I'm yeah, but in my head, that's a win, bro. That's a win. It's not about me. It's about us.
So you see them getting frustrated in practice, and when you're guarding.
Oh yeah. They get frustrated a little bit. They'll never give me credit. The times I do, kick them in the behind. But that's all right. Like I said, it ain't about me. It's about us.
You visualize yourself on the floor?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah?
All the time.
During the games?
Yeah, all the time.
What do you think that you've learned about your teammates and how you fit with this team over the past few months?
I guess I learned that, I learned about everybody else's different personality, what makes them tick, and how to say the right things to each person without getting a negative reaction out of them, and just kind of just getting a feel for them every day, talking to them, kind of going up there, just hanging out with them, getting a feel for them, doing some team activities with them. It's been a real eye opener for them this year. It's been a real eye opener.
You played at a lower level. You wanted to be in the ACC. Now you're in the ACC. You have to sit out a year. It's been tough. Is this just growing that chip on your shoulder? Kind
Yeah.
of, you think it can fuel you going forward?
Yeah, it's definitely a chip on my shoulder. I never thought I'd be here, to be honest. And now that I'm here, it kind of doesn't even feel real. You know, it feels like I shouldn't be here. You know, I always say that. And I feel like I shouldn't be here, but that's okay though. It's fuel to the fire. I can't wait to get out there next year.
Where else could you have gone?
I was actually leaning towards going to the University of Arkansas down there with Musselman. I like what he was doing down there. I like the pace of the practice, the NBA style, the NBA coaches that he brought in, and like the toughness down there, that atmosphere. But obviously it's in Arkansas, so it's like that's completely foreign to me, completely foreign. So
You want to be closer to home, in other words?
yeah.
What
There's
what did you like about Coach Capel?
I mean everything. You know, he's definitely bringing a winning attitude and winning atmosphere to this program. Obviously, this program has not been, you know, like it was in the recent years. He just brings that energy every day, that positivity, that great attitude every day, and you know, guys just like feed off of it. We got to feed off of it and just show up every day, break by break.
There's a proposal kind of going around that maybe in the future guys will be able to transfer one time without having to sit out a year. Does this experience give you an opinion on that one way or the other?
Like what I think about the rule?
Yeah, like should guys be able to transfer without having to sit out?
Yeah, I think so. You know, from my players' view, I think that guys should be able to transfer and be able to play. You know, NCAA is kind of power tripping with that rule. You know, it's like, well, as a matter of fact, if you don't want us to play, that's okay. All right, I understand that you don't want it to be like a tornado out here of people like transferring, but you know, at least let us travel with the team. You know, like when the team goes away, it's just me here. I got to find what to do. I got to find distractions, but I'd rather just, you know, I'll travel with the team, sit on the bench. That's fine. That's fine. Like, at least let us travel.
What do you do? You know, during those cases, is it just like sitting in your dorm room watching the game on TV?
Yeah, I like to go to the library, read a lot of books. I'm actually currently in the middle of the Harry Potter series right now, and I try to find friends, try to find some friends to hang out with on campus, and then just I can't wait for the game. That's it. You know, I spend the rest of the time just waiting for the game, or I'm up here shooting.
You had talked some a little bit earlier about how there are times where you're like, where you almost feel like, hey, like I don't belong here, or like I shouldn't be here. What feelings come with that? Is it like gratitude that you are here, or is it something that, you know, kind of pushes you to be like, hey, I have to prove constantly that I belong here?
I guess it's kind of the fact like I didn't have a struggle story coming up. You know, I came from a nice neighborhood. I came from a nice school, nice house. Grew up in a nice house. Like, you know, I should be probably somewhere in school not playing sports, going to find a corporate job or something like that. But you know, I'm here. I'm here playing basketball at Pitt, and I got to make the most of it. I got to forget about that and make the most of it because I am here. God put me in this position for a reason. And, you know, I'm humble about it, and I'm going to continue to stay humble about it. Nothing's going to change about me.
I was curious, which book in the Harry Potter series are you on right now?
No, I'm on Goblet of Fire.
Have you had a favorite one so far?
I haven't read all of them yet, so I can't really give you an answer on that. But
Of the first three,
first three, I got to say Prisoner of Azkaban was really good. That was a really good book.